FM, 16 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock already. It is that time of the week, especially for us to talk about everything entertainment. And I've got someone to join me on the Grapevine this morning, Irabor Okosun. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How is everything?
I'm well, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. Doing great.
All right, so let's quickly dig into this because it seems the entertainment industry has been very restive in the last 1 week, especially when you factor in recently, terms and conditions seems to apply to some things, but doesn't apply if your name is Thames lately, because we see that she's got, she sent us a visual we can feed, just probably feel the sense of this new one, Me and You, after 2 years. And then we also had Nollywood actors probably now not doing fights for just for play alone, but it seemed it got physical and real at some point. But how was your week, Irabor?
My week was great. Catching up on a lot of TV shows, movies, doing a lot of research. There's some things I want to do next year, and just putting in the work because we're supposed to do it this year, and with everything happening in Nigeria, we decided to push it. So, but we are happy regardless that a lot of things are going on in Nollywood, in the music scene, and Nigeria still has a bit of development going on here and there. So it's good all the same. But I'm fine. I'm okay. I hope everybody is okay as well.
You are happy for Thames, even though she's taking us to where we may not be able to swim at some point.
No, Thames, we had the story 2-3 weeks ago. In fact, over the months even, where we were happy for her for some shows that she had done, the Grammy win, going for Paris Fashion Week and many other things, the endorsement deals. But we kept highlighting that the thing that took her there is the music. So
True.
She needs to be consistent about it. She may have won certain things or be nominated for the Oscar, but she hasn't solidified herself yet as a great. So she shouldn't be like, somebody who, I'm trying to remember this guy who had one hit, and it was the end. I can't remember his name. It's not coming to mind. I'll remember it. So now that she has a good single, it's a solid single. So let's see what she builds on with that. So it's great. I'm happy for her. I want the best for her.
Now, building off of the back of Nollywood, and let's bring it back home to Lagos, where the Lagos state government will begin saying that $100 million African Film City construction will begin this month. So somewhere around Ekpe axis of the state. How does this help the position of Lagos as being the base from where we can project Nollywood movies and tell the African story properly?
Yeah, it certainly helps. I would have to commend Sanwo government for the entertainment sector. I mean, there's so much more that they can do. So it's not going to be a case of, they give you a little thing and you're thankful. No, I will still push and press them. But if they're giving you notable achievements or projections, you have to commend them for that. So I'm going to commend the Lagos State government and Babajide Sanwo-Olu for that. Aside the one that they're currently doing, they're also partnering with Ebony Life, where they have the college for people to train for cinematography, acting, producing, and different facets of Nollywood and production in general. So they're doing that. That's ongoing. It's been going on since, I think, for years now, about 2 years at least. And I know people who are recipients of that, particular program. But focusing on this one, the $100 million African Film City construction, which will begin this October. So it's not even next October. It's already going to begin the end of October. I look forward to seeing it. This one is news that I got from the Africa International Film Festival, because they just did their press conference recently. It's their 12th edition. AFRIF is one of the few institutions that are consistent despite everything that is going on, in the country through different regimes and all that. So they are projecting this one to really cater to a lot of things for the industry. You had the top dogs there. You had one of the bosses from Africa Magic. By the way, she's my crush. I hope she's not listening, or anybody who knows her is not listening. So she's a stellar character. Like, she knows what she's doing. She was part of the press conference. You also had notable people on there as well. The founder of Afrif, Choma Ode. You had somebody from the American consular office, and notable people really were there. And the fact that you're bringing these people on board shows that you understand what it means, or what it takes to make this thing work. So if you're having somebody from African Magic who has done a lot of telenovelas, they even have their own streaming service, Showmax. You're bringing people from the American consular office. You're bringing notable stakeholders from Nollywood, producers and everything. Like you most definitely are hoping that everything turns out. Now, if we're going to look beyond all this, my own is that if you're going to do something in Ekpe, road construction, communication, different things are also coming into play here. How do people access those places? You get, how do we get to Ekpe? How can people even get other areas that they can go to? Like, how do we make it work? It's a good thing. So you're going to build an airport here, or you're going to build a refinery here, or you're going to build a film village here in an already choked city. I don't have an issue. I'm just trying to say that whenever we're trying to execute these things, we need to also do our homework, so that it's not a case of you have a third mainland bridge and you're having to now repair it constantly and it's affecting people's traffic, like to their, their commute to their office. So it's a well-rounded thing that we have to look at properly.
Okay.
But yes, good news.
But then I'm looking at the size, the sheer nature of this, what they're talking about, 100 hectares of land. And look, to be executed in 24 to 30 months, it seems like they're ready to walk this talk, and they mean it.
Well, okay. 24 to 30 months.
There's a timeline to it. I see the timeline is 24 to 30 months. 24
to 30 months, yeah. Okay. I hope that the amount of months will be synonymous to what that film village is supposed to be. So I even look forward to getting more information about the film village, aside the fact that it's 100 hectares of land. What are we going to have? What are we going to see? Is there a plan? Is there a blueprint for us to see? Like all those things. So I don't deal with, headlines. I deal with facts. So we would hear something like this and we're happy about it, but I want to see more details, because we've seen or heard so many things like this, and it's now, okay, where is the product? What are we going to do with it? Because now it's no longer, in my own opinion, it's no longer supposed to be a headline situation. It's supposed to be, if something's going to happen in this October, we are supposed to have known, since, if you get what I'm saying. But again, I'm happy it's happening. So let's see. I look forward to seeing the details, in particular. Who is going to manage it? They said they're going to be doing this. They signed an MOU with Delio Group for the construction of the project. So let's see how that goes. They did that in 2022, I think. I don't know. But anyway.
Let's bring in the listener this time to let them know we expect to read messages in reaction to any of the entertainment stories we're treating on the Grapevine this morning with Irabor Okosun. Send those messages to 0809-444-0981. That said, well, let's drift away to some Mervyn issues this morning, as we understand that it looks like they might be needing investments, or probably looking for ways to probably maybe sell it off. Maybe Don Baba J is already bored with some of this cooking of the beat and maybe looking to other frontiers. What do you say, Irabor?
Yeah, so the way things like this work back in the day and even currently is, most people who start institutions don't necessarily start with their own money, or even if they start with their own money, they seek investments, or they build it to a point where they sell it and they give it to somebody else. And you don't have to die in something forever and ever. Even if you're still involved in it, you need to include more people. You need to put it out there. So I was expecting this maybe even at the juncture of when Mohit Records was, dropped, and he assumed Maven Records. I was expecting like maybe 2 years in or 3 years into Maven Records, where, he had already done his audition for everybody, showing the world that he can make hits. He can, be a connoisseur of the arts. So, but when he started Maven Records and took it further, and he has taken it to this point. So Don Jazzy has gotten to a salience where, everybody aspires to be. And I hope he still keeps breaking more ground, because there's so much to do, because the music scene hasn't even made that much money or cracked that ceiling, or even structured itself to the point where artists can envision their shelf life from start to finish, or can even the people in different areas of the music industry, whether it's distribution, whether it's even management, like for them to even understand the business and the climate. I see every time we keep talking about anything in Nigeria, whether it's music, whether it's Nollywood or any other thing, I keep going back to the climate of Nigeria, because if the economy or the country itself is not able to absorb or even return whatever it's given, it's not going to work at the end of the day. So, but I'm happy that Maven Records, they are seeking investment or sale. Don Jazzy has put it out there. I mean, if you look at their catalog, you have one they call Tiwa Savage, Ricardo Banks, Korede Bello, Dija, Rema, Ira Star, Johnny Drill, Ladipo, Boy Spice, Bayani. I mean, they even have their new guy, Life Size Steady. Like, they even Don Jazzy himself, so like it to me, I think it's even worth more than $200 million. In my own opinion, I think it's worth more than $200 million. That's just them being, may not be like say we they do pass ourselves. So no, really, yes, really, really, really. If we really, really check it out, see how much each of these songs have done, or the impact these songs have had, or just the impact generally for Maven, because these are guys who have won multiple awards nationally and internationally, and they're going to go for Grammys very soon. So for sure, it's worth more than $200 million. And Don Jazzy needs to go and relax, kick his feet up, and enjoy himself for some time, then come back and see. So names have been thrown around. Universal Music Group, Virgin Music, people to try and be in the race for it, HYDE and all those people. So so it's great to see, really. Who would have thought? Because when I saw this news, I went back to when we were in school. I think that was 2004, 2005. I can't remember when the Jazzy came to Babcock University, to perform with the band that time. And a lot of people were clamoring for him. And at that time, I had not really known him, because I wasn't even interested in Nigerian music at that time the way I am right now. I mean, I was interested in Two-Face and, all those people. But my point is, like, those were the only people available then. In fact, imagine Neto C was a guy then that time. Sure, you get my point. But he was wise enough to get an MSc and go through the ranks, that way. But anyway, my point is, you can imagine the amount of work that has been put since 2019 till now. So he deserves it. He deserves it.
And let's just also give credit here. This is coming off of a kind of his appearance on Zero Conditions podcast, where he stated that he might be open to selling Maven Records. But also, when you also consider, quickly as we're ready to go for this green light for traffic to flow by, just even putting the word of Tiwa Savage on the label alone, I don't know of DJ right now, but everyone else is just probably adding value to the sale. Really will be more than what we've just even it's the market price.
Oh, see, the names I mentioned, even Dija, the one that did her own and went and had a family and still came back. Yeah, if you mention Tiwa is a rock star. Tiwa to me is the epitome of an artist, whether she's a female or male. She's a performer, she's a songwriter, she's a singer. I think she even does a bit of production. So let's not sleep on Tiwa. Forget every other thing that has happened. Forget every other thing that has happened. And that guy, we've removed him from our WhatsApp group. We do not do like that. But anyway, let's move on.
We don't tell. Moving on, we don't show.
We don't tell at all.
We don't show. But let's quickly let you know you can get your thoughts on to 0809-444-0981. You're on to the Grapevine on Smooth 98.1 FM. We'll be right back. Irabor is still here. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Irabor?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, nothing much, man. So when we come, Rema is up next, and then we're fine.
Okay, this document. What's that? It looks like an FBI document. A lot of things are redacted, but I just realized that I have to highlight everything to be able to see it. So
I'll I'll talk to Miriam about it.
I didn't even know. I was wondering.
Same thing on my end too.
Oh, okay. It's the same thing on your end. Okay.
Yes.
I was now wondering. Like, it reminded me of one film, The Report. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. That film,
okay. All right. I'll give it a try this weekend. Thanks, man. So we're due in about less than a minute now. So I'll go back now.
Oh, okay. They sent the guy a report. The report only had like 3 lines out of 10 pages. The guy said, what am I supposed to do here?
The report. Okay, movie. I'll see that this weekend. Noted.
The report.
Thanks, man. We're smooth 98.1 FM, 28 minutes before 9 o'clock. You're on to the Grapevine. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Irabor Okosun is still with me as we pick up some more entertainment stories. Let's drift away to Rema. Don't know if he's attended classes lately at Unilag, but what we see here is that is up for consideration for the Grammy Award set for next year. How does this make you feel?
Makes me feel great, and it's something he can win because he has that song with Selena Gomez, who used to be the person with the most followers on Instagram. This goes back to what we were saying about Don Jazzy, understanding the business of the game. And kudos to the Grammys, although it's coming late for them to create this particular category, because I'm sure maybe they were unsure because of the pool of people that they could eventually nominate at a point. So, but now we have on just one label, Maven Records, we have at least 10, 12 artists that are dropping bangers. Then you have Amapiano, you have Davido in one corner, you have Wizkid in one corner, which is going to even now make them more competitive because they're like, oh wow, we have a coveted category that we can vie for every year. So we're hoping that the music gets better as a result. So for Rema to, publicly be confirmed to have submitted for possible consideration for the Grammys 2024, that shows that he is serious because he wants to set himself apart and be among the greats. Because whenever we're talking about Afrobeat or Afrobeats, we say Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy. Because at the point, Burna Boy wasn't on that list. It was just Wizkid and Davido rivalry. But Burna Boy came and just you guys step aside.
See you guys. Bye.
I'm not winning Grammys with people featuring people or people featuring me. I'm coming to win. So Burna Boy has set himself apart, and the fact that we have Rema and all those other guys coming through. So it's great to see. I look forward to next year. See, a lot of bragging, a lot of shoulders are going to be raised. A lot of people are just going to have egos. A lot of people are really going to be carrying themselves in this opulent manner, but it's good to see. Yeah, we've come a long way. Yeah, but let's also look at our own award system too. It's something that needs to be structured very well, where we have a calendar where we know that, okay, when it comes to January to December, XYZ will be going on, this will be going on. So that's why we're talking about the Film Village, $100 million and everything. How are we structuring this industry? And I don't want to hear it's supposed to take time. Look, all these things won't take time. Are not supposed to take time if certain things are in place, if certain people wake up and do what they're supposed to do, which is why I'll always give kudos to the guys that are already doing it. The people like Afrif, like I mentioned, they have 12 years where they've done something consistently.
Even the Eddies too.
Even the Headies too, they've done something consistently. Even Ama, they've done something consistently. Even the guys at African Magic and Showmax, like they will make sure that October, you are getting telenovela that will last you till next year. So like, it's not easy, but they're doing it. So that's my point. If you're going to do this thing, do it well. When MultiChoice started, they only started with like 7 hours of airtime now. Look at what they're doing now. So, let's see how these things go.
Now, still bringing it back to Rema, for me, I just find it's hard to believe the power of what one song and collabo can do to one's life.
Yes, now.
I don't know. See, it's the Calm Down song, then to Selena Gomez. But one is still wondering, I'm not saying everyone, they have their rights as artists, Nigerian Afrobeats artists. I was wondering why the song by Fireboy featuring Ed Sheeran, Peru, still couldn't pull it off the way Calm Down has done.
No, it did. No, we can't down Peru. No. So the thing is, when you try to start something, it's not as if we haven't had collabos with international people. It's just the time, the period, what's going on at that time. So imagine if David Beckham's era had Instagram and Twitter. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo will come close, in my own opinion. Yeah, because David Beckham, or imagine if you had Instagram during Michael Jackson's time. People were fainting and dying. So imagine if Michael Jackson followed somebody. It would just be like, I'm dead. So it's time and chance and other things. Because if you measure the metal of Peru, alongside Selena Gomez's song and Rema's song, like it's still a banger at the end of the day. So that's why I'm talking about competition. So you've done Peru, you've done Calm Down. Are you going to calm down or keep releasing more hits? Maybe you release Brazil or Nigeria instead of Peru.
Okay. Well, it looks like, just to sum what you've said, when your time comes, they will beat the drum and you will dance.
For sure.
Okay. Let's move away now to worry issue. So there were variants out there. There's a worry connection to a Lagos issue, and here we are. What was conducted or contracted privately that they didn't want us to know in the Grapevine. Finally, the Grapevine will settle it this Tuesday. Here we are. So the issue here is Wayne the singer, the son of Adeleke, said it was unavailable. I guess probably the former NFF chairman, Amaju Pinnick, didn't listen to it properly, but then still went ahead to call the unavailable crooner to say, would you be able to headline a show Worry Again, the 19th edition? And here we are having a case to settle. Irabor, talk us through. Money paid, refund, how come?
This case, so first of all, Amaju Pinnick, I'm not really a fan of his. I don't think the NFF did well during his tenure. And I think this is not something that somebody like him, of his standing, of his stature, to be going out in public to talk about. Like, what are you trying to do? Smear Davido's name. If it's something that you have with Davido, I think you should do it privately, not go out in public. But Davido, trust him. He would always come with his boost if you give him his bass. You understand what I'm saying? So Davido mentioned that he wasn't available. I mean, pun intended, however you want to take it. But regardless. So this kind of thing, in my own opinion, is internal beef. I think something happened along the way, and Amaju Pinnick got pissed off as a result of what maybe Davido may have done and decided to use this as a tool, to try and cause a stir for him and his fans, but it won't work. I'm still going to see how this will develop, because he said he paid Davido $94,600 on the 6th of April.
Add dollars to it now, please.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we all know that Davido can be collecting $94,600. I don't even think he gives that on to his house helps or something. So $94,600, my God, what I would do to... Anyway, so on the 6th of April, so he paid $18,000 for his playing. See levels, okay. Then, I mean, he says he's a big boy and he will tell him, we are bigger than him. So that's like trying to say, you won't play Nabi, we'll give you. So while he was, playing all those games back and forth, they decided to hunt and find another artist. And that's when they decided to try and, get Burna Boy, and it didn't work. So it was like trying to get a replacement, basically. So he even went further to say that, is RMD bigger than the acting industry, or is somebody bigger than Alibaba in the comedy industry? Like, we have stars aplenty and all that. Like, went on and on and on and just went to talk and, So again, I feel it's internal beef, but I don't think it's something that he should have put out there, except if it was a contractual thing. In fact, you move with lawyers. That's how people like that's supposed to move. Okay. If it's a contractual thing, you move with lawyers.
But in the response, it seemed like Davido is saying, Tula Jari, let's do this stuff straight up. And he's saying, look, I will come to Delta and I will perform in December, whether I attended your event. You can't stop me.
He said he would double the money. He said he would even give the money to charity. That's what he said. So I don't think it's about the money. Okay. But I mean, then again, who knows what the real thing is?
All right. But then there was a tasteless joke in that same event that has caused the jokey to apologize to the jokey, who is apparently Davido also, that's talking about AY taking a swipe there and apologizing, also saying he didn't mean it that way.
Well, AY could be throwing his own, from basketball standpoint, so who knows?
So let's get on board now. Someone who has gotten an apology already not too long ago, as it's also made now to apologize to someone. Now, Real Worry Pikin, still linked to Worry again, the comedian turned skip maker and content producer, also saying she's happier now, a happier woman, 6 months into weight loss surgery and every other awareness she's going through right now.
Yes. Sorry, there was this thing that this story that was out at a point. What's her name? Miss Parker. What's her name again? Monique. Yeah. So there was this time where she was, I'm big and I'm proud and everything. And I was like, why are we glamorizing, bad health or an ill lifestyle where instead of you to admit something and work on it, you're glorifying it. The same thing Lizzo is doing. The same thing all these woke leftists are doing, abroad. And even in Nigeria is seeping through. So the fact that she can come out and even share this kind of story, that she's feeling happier, as a woman 6 months after weight loss surgery, you can't imagine what she has gone through psychologically, mentally, physically. You understand? Even professionally, you may not know what you may have gone through. And I like the fact that she shared it. She's talking about no breathlessness, no knee pains, no sleep apnea. Like, these are things that come with being overweight. Do you understand? So again, we don't know what she may have gone through personally within, the corridors of her house, between herself and her husband. So please, I would say this. I come from a big family. If I don't take care of myself, I would be weighing 160 kg upwards. But again, it's something everybody has to be conscious about. I'm loving the gym culture that is going on in Lekki and across Lagos, where people are now prioritizing, weight loss or just being healthy. Although most people are going for fashion parade and to hunt man and woman and whatever. But at the end of the day, when you see the gym, you shall be convinced to do work. But we need to cite that this is not an easy thing to do for anybody. Do you understand?
Irabor, why is it that when it sings, I would laugh? Because I wanted to let it pass, but it's a way. The best.
No,
I'm sorry.
We all know what we are doing. We all know what we are doing for certain reasons. A lot of people know why they are going to the gym. A lot of people know why they are going to certain places. We all know why. So let's not.
I need you to also weigh in on this one, because it's also body related, and it's also coming from not Worry Pikin, but Funke Akindele also said she lost movie roles as a result of physical appearance. Coming from her at this point, just link that story up and then let's throw someone under the bus or in the bus if you so decide.
No. This is sensitive issues, so you can't throw anybody under the bus.
The last story will link you up to why I said throw someone under the bus. But so move away from there.
All right. So Funke Akindele, if you remember, her career didn't really kick off quickly, although she was in certain productions, it didn't really kick off quickly. So there was a hiatus. Now, this story would kind of fill in that gap, fill in that void. But one thing that people need to take away from this, Funke went to create her own lane at the end of the day. She wasn't waiting for people to cast her. Yeah. She created her own content and she cast herself. And she started casting people. So if it's not working for you, find your own lane one way or the other.
Yeah.
And make a way for other people at the end of the day. So she's also letting people know that it did not come easy.
Yeah.
I had so many obstacles along the way, but this is how I've gone through it, or this is how I've gone about it. So I love the fact that these celebrities share these things, aside, the cars and all the other things that seem very impossible, and some of them don't even have at the end of the day. But I like that they share human interest stories to let people know that they are also human.
Now, this brings us to our final story, but a word recurs again for the second time, hiatus, you mentioned, and this one is still relating to it. So if you would throw him under the bus, that's why I said this is the last story that would determine in the bus or out under the bus. Drake takes break from music to focus on his health.
Yeah, that's great for him. A performer, people think music performance is easy. You should try running around the stage or just jogging, let dog pursue you or something and see if you catch your breath. It's not easy to perform. It's not easy to sing. It's not easy to hold a note. Have you seen when Whitney Houston is singing, the way her veins and her throat is just like, imagine you just puncture it like she's dead. So I like the fact that these guys are looking at their health, obeying the results that they are seeing. But my own opinion, unpopular opinion, I think Drake should take a break from music just because of the kind of music that he's releasing. Now, this is not me saying Drake isn't a mega superstar legend, everything. No, I love Drake so much. I love his music. I love his creativity, but I'm not understanding what I've been listening to of late. I think there's just about 1 or 2 songs in this latest album that I like. So I think you should take a break and refocus for the music.
Summary, you threw him under the bus right now. You just
No, I didn't throw him under the bus. I'm just a concerned fan that
so I want. He should go in the bus, right?
I want to hear Drake rap, please.
Okay. I've got messages, final words. They would have the final words. I've got Xavier from Bagada saying, morning, guys. Anyone who's kicking against real Warri Pikin needs to be hanged. You just need to watch her YouTube videos where she explained all she battled with during her overweight period to understand there is nothing glamorous about being fat. That's what Xavier from Bagada said. Then finally from Tayo this morning, he says, well, Davido is fighting Pinnick and AY, the comedian. Davido could have handled it way better, just as the bigger man too should have handled it better too. It was contracted for a show he could not have accepted or notified the sponsors of his rejection. The sponsors would have an integrity issue going forward. AY doesn't run his jokes, it's obvious. This tripartite beef requires ring, light, mic, and so far to address Irabor. Over to you. As for Drake, Drake should have gone on break a long time ago. He should go and refresh himself from a music perspective and come back. Just like taking a cue from Adele, and they come for a like, and she has brand ambassador. Well, that's a wrap, Irabor, on the show this morning. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Have a great morning. That's how we call it a wrap on the Grapevine this morning. My name is Omatseye Atsenuwa. Good morning.